This is going to be a super off the cuff video. Nobody really talks about this. I'm going to dive right in. So commercial boat loans, here's what you need to know. Here's what you shouldn't do. Here's what you should do. I break these out into two categories. So you've got boat loans that are under 250,000. I just call them small boat loans. And then over 250,000, that's a larger boat loan. Small boat loans. They'll do up to $500,000 per LLC and up to $250,000 per transaction. So in other words, you can finance two $250,000 boats, or you can finance 10 $50,000 boats under one LLC. The owner of the business is the personal guarantor. There's no way around that. Let's say you've got a 720 credit score, bam, you're in business. As long as you have the credit worthiness to finance it, and if you make enough money to do it. But generally what they look for is rental fleets, charters, and it has to be a name brand boat. So let's say you're starting a fishing business and you want to buy a Boston Whaler. Perfect example. It has to be an accredited manufacturer that they will finance. The way you can figure this out is if you just simply log into jdpower.com. If your boat is listed, or the boat you're looking to buy is listed in JD Power, that is an accredited manufacturer. And the banks will not lend unless they have a third-party source that assigns a value to the boat. So small boat, up to 500 grand total, 250 per transaction. That is the easiest way to get into the boat business. And the cherry on top is that they finance out to 20 years with no prepayment penalty. So you can finance a boat for your charter business. You're not affected by the seasonality as much because instead of having, I don't know, 5 or 10 year term, now you're 20. And again, no prepayment penalties, so you can pay it off early and you avoid most of your interest anyways. So that sort of sums up the small commercial lending. Here's where things get a little bit more sophisticated. Once you get into the above $250,000 transactions, what banks are generally looking to do is they're looking to finance work boats. So I'm talking about barges. I'm talking about event ships like small cruise ships. I'm talking about barges with cranes, tugboats, you name it. Those are the kind of boats that most people finance over $250,000 per transaction. One thing that's different about this is that the terms are much shorter. The maximum term I've seen on these is generally 10 years, but it can be these niche manufacturers. You can go to someone and say, hey, I want to do a party barge, an aluminum pontoon boat party barge. Can you build this for me? I'm thinking of like a company called Solid Craft up in the Great Lakes area. They do that kind of stuff all the time. That is where you're going to see these bigger commercial boat loans go. Or maybe you've got a marine construction business and you need to finance a barge. Another example, 500 grand, that's something they can do. That is where they come into place. Although there's a little bit more vetting that happens when you do this. So generally, you're going to need to be in business for at least 2 years. And the reason why is because you're going to need 2 years of taxes, both personal and business taxes, to be able to even go into consideration for some of these lenders. Now, that's not always an end-all be-all because there still is an SBA route. I can talk about that one-on-one if anyone wants to call me. But you need 2 years of taxes, you need 2 years of financials, and you still need roughly a 680 credit score or higher to do it. The better your credit score, the better chances you have of getting approved. But those are generally your two options. So if I missed anything, or if anyone has any specific questions on these, don't hesitate to reach out. All of our information is in the description of this video. But that is sort of the meat and potatoes of commercial lending. There's always going to be questions on little niches or caveats of anything, but that's why we're here to help. So give us a buzz, let us know if you have any questions, drop us a comment, and thanks for tuning in, and hope to see you on the next one.